Right now at noon, authorities in Cherokee County recover the remains believed to be those of a missing teenager.
I got not a bad day out there. We do have increasing clouds though, and some sprinkles here and there. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
And drivers in the Sunflower State have a new law to help maintain road safety.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Melissa Alexis. Authorities in Cherokee County, Kansas recover remains suspected to be those of a teenager who had been missing for more than 15 months. Missing person posters had been displayed on some area businesses since 19-year-old Jaden Santini was reported missing in December of 2023. The family said he could be in the Miami, Oklahoma or Joplin area. Now, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department says they've received a call reporting the discovery of skeletal remains in a wooded area just west of Columbus. There are personal items in the area which point to the identity of the person as Santini. They say there's no evidence of foul play and no one else is being sought in connection with this incident. The remains have been turned over to the coroner's office for official identification. Drivers on Kansas highways will be required to move over when passing stationary vehicles displaying hazard warning signs. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly signed that bill into law yesterday. Historically, move-over protections have been limited to emergency personnel. Over time, these protections included road service vehicles, utility, and tow trucks. Under this new law, move-over protections will apply to all highway vehicles displaying hazard lights. A supporter says 82 crashes occurred in Kansas from 2018 to 2023 with someone in a vehicle while on the side of the road. Let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
I got a few more clouds out there than what we were originally anticipating today, so it has brought temperatures down just a hair, but again, not significantly. You can see those mostly cloudy skies in Pittsburgh and in Joplin from the MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline. In fact, do have a few stray showers. Now, not all of this is necessarily reaching the ground, but we do have some sprinkles here and there. It just looks like a lot more than what there really is. And these sprinkles will continue as we head through the afternoon, and then they'll begin to eventually clear out. Started yesterday a little below normal, made it well above normal by 9 degrees, but not quite to record levels. Close to normal now, 64 in Joplin, 61 in Pittsburgh, and temperatures out there, again, a little cooler in some spots, 58 in Iola. The rest of us holding out right around the low to mid 60s and some upper 60s down to the south where you've had a little more sunshine than your neighbors to the north. Eventually, we'll start to go partly cloudy as we head through the rest of the evening. Temperatures down into the upper 50s by 11 o'clock, and winds will be calm as we go overnight as well. And we are still looking at some thunderstorm chances over the next several days. We'll go over that with you in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Melissa?
Thanks, Chris. The good news is springtime is here. Hopefully it'll bring lots of sunny days, but it can also bring lots of runny noses and itchy, watery eyes. KOAM's Lonnie Walton got some local expert advice that can help you feel a whole lot better.
I'm at Osborne Pharmacy in Miami, and I spoke to a local pharmacist who says, although there's no cure for allergies, there's things you can do to make you feel a lot better.
My eyes get runny and everything, but I just don't feel good.
Bruce Turner is a Miami local who struggles with allergies. He says he's thankful for his meds.
I take two different. I take one in the morning and one in the evening. It's usually when the wind's blowing strong.
And he's not the only one who needs those meds. Dr. Jack Osborne, a pharmacist from Osborne Drugs, says many have already been looking for relief. He says all many need is a few over-the-counter drugs.
They're called Flonase or fluticasone. This is the first-line therapy for really any type of allergy. It's a simple spray in each nostril once to twice a day.
And aren't you wondering what the doctor uses when he's not feeling well?
I take Allegra, which is a generic fexofenadine. Allegra is one of the ones that doesn't cause drowsiness.
And for those of you who don't like to use medicine, the pharmacist says there's some natural remedies like
Neti Pot. I try to use a Neti Pot once a month just to flush out your sinus cavity.
And Dr. Osborne says you should also be mindful for what drugs you choose to use, as some may cause drowsiness. Turner says he does what he can to keep his mind relaxed.
Usually just sit down and get a book, read to try to get my mind off of it.
Reporting in Miami, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
And Osborne says it's a good idea to start taking allergy medicines right away because some can take up to 2 weeks to become effective. Independence Community College votes to approve a resolution of intent to consolidate with its neighbor, Coffeyville. Both the ICC Board of Trustees and the Coffeyville Community College trustees have been discussing the possibility of merging for more than a year. Last night's meeting was open for the public to comment. Both schools are in Montgomery County and less than 25 minutes apart. There are 19 community colleges in Kansas, and Montgomery County is the only county in the state to have 2.
It would be great for the students in a lot of ways. They would have access to all the different campuses. It would affect some faculty and staff of both schools to some degree. But it looks like with the financial climate that this would probably be a good thing for our students and our taxpayers.
The next step is for both schools to contact the Kansas Board of Regents to get approval for a special public election. The arrival of spring means plenty of fun events are on the horizon at Wildcat Glades Nature Group. However, the group has only a few staff members, which means many of their events are run by volunteers. I had the chance to talk to a few officials about why the need for volunteers is growing.
My favorite part is working in the nature store and helping with the program.
Vicki Cassidy, the education chair for Wildcat Glades Nature Group, likes to spend her free time volunteering.
I do a preschool program twice a month. We have others that do older kids programs every month. We have hikes. We have a Tuesday crew that are all volunteers, and they maintain our area, our grounds, the trail.
Robin Standridge, the group's executive director, says there's a huge need for volunteers year-round, but especially now with the weather warming up and tons of events planned.
If we don't have enough volunteers, our programs get smaller. We have to leave different parts out. Maybe it's a portion of May the Force Be With You that we can't pull off because we don't have enough people to do that. It's very, very important to have those volunteers in place.
She says volunteers are so crucial, and last-minute cancellations from volunteers can cause the event to suffer.
It puts a lot of added stress on staff. It does, and the quality of the program, the quality of the event actually really goes down considerably.
Children have to wait on something, or maybe the materials aren't passed out correctly, or maybe the grass needs to get mowed, or just volunteers take care of all those issues.
Standridge says she gives props to volunteers for helping make events possible.
If you come to a Wildcat event and everything runs really smoothly, you know that our volunteers have shown up and they are on it.
Now, the process to become a volunteer with the group includes an application and an interview. Coming up, national security experts want answers after what appears to be a security lapse out of Washington involving messages about military operations. And later, we're making cheesy stuffed herb chicken in the Mr. Food test kitchen. Lawmakers and national security experts want answers after reports that top Trump administration officials discussed highly sensitive military operations over a message app. Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington.
I think this is one more example of the kind of sloppy, careless, incompetent behavior, particularly towards classified information.
As lawmakers grilled top national security officials at an annual hearing on threats facing the U.S., many are questioning why high-level Trump administration officials were reportedly discussing plans to attack Houthi targets in Yemen over the encrypted but not government-approved messaging app Signal.
Obviously not a good thing. Again, it'll be up to the president, seeing how he wants to handle it. I'm sure it's a mistake that's been corrected right now.
Could have had airplanes shot down. I mean, right now we might be talking about possibility of POWs in Yemen.
The Atlantic editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, says he was accidentally invited to the group chat by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz.
I inadvertently discovered a massive security breach in the way the national security establishment conducts its business.
Goldberg says the messages included information about weapons packages, targets, and timing of the March 15th strike shortly before it took place.
The White House press secretary said this morning no war plans were discussed and no classified material was sent to the thread.
This was a breach.
H.R. McMaster served as national security advisor under the first Trump administration.
What happened here is they traded off security for convenience. You just can't do that.
The White House press secretary also says the president continues to have confidence in his national security team, including National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
This comes as the Senate Intelligence Committee holds its annual hearing on worldwide threats. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Today, we're going to turn this into a butterfly. There's no magic required, just a sharp knife and a few tips that I'll show you coming up.
Now we got a few extra clouds this afternoon. We are tracking thunderstorm chances, though, over the next few days. Details when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So there was one piece of data this morning that said it might rain. One. And as it turns out, that one was correct. Because as we take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh, guess what it is doing? Oh, it looks like maybe it just stopped. There was a light shower, and you could see the drops falling on the camera. So we have some sprinkles out there with these mostly cloudy skies. Now, that's the wild case of weather, because as we've discussed with severe weather, for example, sometimes when we know several days out about severe weather or even winter weather, it's because the half dozen or so computer models all agree on the same thing. Well, today, only one suggested there might be some showers, and as I mentioned, that one apparently was correct, because there they are. Some of this is reaching the ground, not all of it, and as we just watched in Pittsburgh before we came back from break, some of that rain, it's falling momentarily as a brief shower, brief sprinkle, and then it's just stopping. So not all of it is necessarily reaching the ground, but we do have this little feed of rain showers rolling through, these sprinkles coming through with these mostly cloudy skies. So every so often, it's that one guy off in the corner that nobody's listening to that just happens to be the guy that's right. That's the case we had today. Now, once we get past these showers, because you can see the future track, our future track here hasn't even picked up on the showers. It's got the clouds. It did pick up on the increase in clouds, but not the sprinkles. It just happens sometimes. That's weather. All right. Thankfully, this isn't something serious. And again, when it comes to serious stuff, there's a lot more data, a lot more information to look at. So a stray sprinkle, that it happens. Once we get through the evening, skies will actually clear. We're still looking at mostly clear skies as we go overnight tonight. And we're still looking at a fairly decent night, chilly, but a little above normal. We should be about 40, and we're going to be a little above that. As we head into our Wednesday, similar situation. Clouds will increase. We'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies through the day. Winds will be out of the east, and then late in the day, they'll begin to shift out of the south a little. And as we head into Thursday early morning, here come those thunderstorm chances. They're going to be scattered. Not everybody Thursday morning is necessarily going to see rain out of this activity. And by 9, you can already see it's becoming very isolated out there. And by about noon, 1 o'clock, any rain chances on Thursday are done. And again, we're not anticipating any kind of severe weather with Thursday's activity. We're going to be warmer Thursday, too. Upper 70s, low 80s. So today, we're looking at the mostly cloudy skies, low 70s, north breeze at around 5 to 10, and some isolated sprinkles out there. Mostly clear tonight, upper 40s, low 50s. Winds will be calm. And as we go into our Wednesday, as I mentioned, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Similar to today, upper 60s, low 70s, and for most of the day, an east breeze at about 5 to 10. So I did want to talk about our storm chances as we head into the weekend. As we go into Saturday afternoon, we're going to start to have opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. Now, right now, that severe threat we were looking at for Saturday has been removed. But that's because there's only two categories in the long range. It's possible or probable. So we'll keep an eye on that because the severe threat returns Sunday, and we do have additional showers and thunderstorms that we're expecting on Sunday. So again, no severe weather Thursday. None expected Friday. It's been removed from Saturday, but does remain along and east of I-49 as we head into our Sunday. So we'll still watch this very closely. And as you saw, a lot changed already, and a lot is likely to change again. And we'll keep you updated as we get closer to this thunderstorm threat this weekend. Between here and there, temperatures hanging out in the 70s, near 80 to Thursday and Saturday. A little cooler Sunday and Monday, and then the temperatures will turn around and warm back up next week.
Thanks, Chris. Stick around. We're making cheesy stuffed herb chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard's making cheesy stuffed herb chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Every day when I go through my emails, I look forward to seeing what types of recipes and tips and tricks that you're looking for. You know, one question I've seen quite a bit lately is, how do I butterfly a chicken breast? It's a great question. So let me show you how we can magically butterfly these and then turn them into a scrumptious meal. When it comes to butterflying a chicken breast, you want to make sure you start with a nice plump one. Put it on a cutting board and place one hand on top of it, like this. Then, holding a sharp knife horizontal to the cutting board, slowly cut the breast in half, about 3/4 of the way through. You'll know you were successful if both the top and the bottom are about the same thickness, and when you open it up, it sort of looks like a butterfly. Now, we season these with some salt and pepper and smear them with a garlic and herb spread. And we top them with some fresh spinach. And after they're roasted, we'll finish them off with some cheese and a buttery crumb mixture. That's all there is to it. It may look like a pricey dish that you would find in a restaurant, but these are easy enough to be part of your weeknight rotation. To get the recipe for our cheesy stuffed herb chicken, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a magically butterflied way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Now you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so again, we got a few sprinkles out there. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Skies clearing later this evening, and overnight clouds will come back again tomorrow. Morning thunderstorms Thursday, some pop-up storms Friday, no severe weather. And then we're watching these storm chances this weekend very closely. A lot of dynamics in play, something we'll keep a very close eye on. And we'll be into the 70s, near 80 all the way through Saturday.
Wow, nice temps anyway.
Yeah, I'll take the rain considering the nice weather.
Yeah,
for sure.
So Dow has a look at what's coming up tonight at 5.
Yeah, lots coming up. For starters, it's estimated 1 in 5 people suffer from GERD, but sometimes that burning sensation can be a sign of a more serious problem. We're going to have details on that. Plus, Jasper Fire Protection District is asking voters to approve a proposition that would increase property tax to raise funds to employ firefighters. We'll have full details. And Freeman Health System is offering tips about healthy meal planning in recognition of Diabetes Alert Day and National Kidney Month. Yeah, it is both. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. Have a great rest of your day.